Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour because to give you enough time to get those bets in for those games that start at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Because what we do here on the drive-thru is give you live free sports picks from the primetime games tonight. We get help from our Pick Dogs crew. Let's take a look here at tonight's crew for the show. We got Chris Ruffolo will serve as co-host. So we got Mitch will join us. Damian Sosh will join us bottom of the hour. Alex Smart is in the house. Tony Brown in as well. Got you out of that drive-thru. You got back in your place right now, Tony Brown?
Back at the house, man.
All right, great. Of course, Big Al McMordie joined us, as will Shane Mickle. And let's go ahead and see how our group here will line up today. All right, we'll start off with Smart, then it's McMordie. Then we go to Brown, Ruffolo, Mickle, Sosh, Mitch, and then I will close it out. Let's welcome in my co-host today, Chris Ruffolo. Chris, how you doing? Ready for another one?
Oh, absolutely. As always, I'm ready to get this one going.
Let's get this one started. Okay, let's welcome in Alex Smart. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs. Alex, a few weeks ago we said you'd warm up on the ice, and that's what you're actually doing.
Warming up on the ice, getting going with my college basketball, and I have to admit it, I'm having one of my worst NBA seasons in 6 or 7 years, but you know what? I'm going to finish strong. I know I am. So here we go.
Here we go. We're going to finish strong. We're going to be looking at an NBA game tonight for the show here, Alex. 10 Eastern time NBA League Pass channel will have the Orlando Magic on the road here facing Golden State Warriors. Warriors laying anywhere from 8 to 7.5. Total sits here at 223.
Yeah, what we have tonight is a situation where, Orlando's very shorthanded. A lot of key players in the lineup. If they even break 100, 105 points, I'll be amazed. I think they're just going to try to grind away here tonight. And, despite of what Golden State can do and, will push for some speed and some fast-paced action, I really think Orlando's just going to try to hold on here, grind away. And I'm looking at an under. I look at this as being actually a fairly strong under.
Fairly strong under here. Hard to argue that, Chris. When you look at the Orlando side, you notice one thing here. We could be seeing 4 of their top 6 scorers out of this one with a lot of injury concerns.
Yeah, a ton of injury concerns. This Magic team, they need to cast a spell to get their guys back on the floor. But, I tell you, it's like you said, Tony, if you're missing that much production, it's going to be hard to even hang against even the worst team in the league. I like the under 223 as well. I think Orlando's best chance is to make this a physical, low-scoring game. If they want any sort of chance at all, that's what they'll have to do. So I'm with you on the under.
Yeah, they're about one of the worst shooting teams in the league, and you're down to 4 of your 6 starters, so it makes a lot of sense here with this under here with the Warriors and Magic. All right, Alex, we were talking about you heating up on the ice, and let's take a look at it here. Good numbers here, 585 units plus NHL. Good card tonight. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, we've got a hat trick of NHL action tonight. We've got some NBA action as well, and a big card of college basketball action. And what's the old saying? If it moves, I'm going to hit it. And that's what's going on tonight. Oh, one thing about that, what's interesting about that Golden State game, I just wanted to throw it in here. They've got an anomaly here, or a trend. We'll say it's a trend, but they've gone under 13 straight times when they've only allowed between 100 and 105 points. So that's a very interesting trend. Anyway, considering how smashed up Orlando is. So there you go.
That's right. It could be one of those games where Orlando, as we said, with those injury concerns, they're already a bad shooting team, missing a lot of scoring. It could be a low-scoring one from them, that point of view, and that looks like that trend will hit. All right, Alex, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk with you in a couple days.
Okay. Have a good night, guys. Take care.
All right,
Bye-bye.
everybody. Alex Smart here on the drive-thru. All right, we'll continue on here with our coverage. It's time to welcome Al McMordie. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Top of the leaderboards, number 1 documented right now over at Pig Dogs. Al, how you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. Let's take a look at the game you're looking at here. We're going into the Pac-12 with the Stanford Cardinal hosting Colorado at 7 Eastern time. Colorado, 1-point favorite. Total sits here at 136.5.
Yeah, both of these teams are playing good ball of late. They're both coming off wins. Last weekend, Stanford in a home-and-home set with their rival California. They won both of those games. Colorado concluded a 4-game homestand with wins over Arizona and Oregon State. And Colorado's been terrific over the years in Boulder, as most people know. This season, 8-1, 6-3 ATS. Over their last 192, they're 161-31. They're 88-50 ATS at home when not laying 15 more points. But unfortunately, this game's not in Boulder. It's in Palo Alto. And that's where the problems start for Colorado. Colorado right now, they're 11-38 ATS on the road when their opponent is playing with revenge. And that's the situation here, as they defeated Stanford by 13 points earlier this season in Boulder. So that's one reason I really want to look at the home team here, especially when the home team's getting a point. Another, generally speaking, when you look at the Pac-12, if you can get a home team playing with revenge and they're off 2 wins, those teams are 91-62 ATS, provided their opponent is not off back-to-back losses. And then another thing that I like to do, handicappers have all sorts of different metrics they like to look at. One of the ones I like to look at is point spread differential. And if you take a look at Colorado this season, they are covering the spread by more than 7.3 points per game at home than they do on the road. So if I can get one of those teams, late in the year, already these two teams are playing game 20 and 21, if I can get one of those teams that has a much better point spread differential at home than on the road, say if it's like 7.25 or more, and they're playing a revenge-minded team off back-to-back wins, that's a great spot to go against that road team because they, overperform at home and underperform on the road. So for all of those reasons, I'm going to take Stanford plus the point.
All right, Al McMordie here, Stanford plus the 1 against the Colorado Buffaloes. All right, Chris, your thoughts here on this matchup, Pac-12 at 7 Eastern time on ESPNU. Stanford plus the 1 here against the Buffaloes.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think, one of the better games on the board tonight. And I was geared more towards the total. I was looking at the under. I just think these are two defensive-minded teams. They play very sound defense. Stanford holding teams to around 30 points a game in the first half. Colorado giving up only 64 points a game. Stanford also likes to shoot inside the arc the majority of their shots, so I think it's going to be a slower-paced game, and I can see this one coming in under the total.
Yeah, inside the arc here with Stanford plus the 1 from Al McMordie over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, to Al, let's take a look at tonight, what you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium. Numbers have been fantastic. Nearly 3,200 units of profit, documented number 1 over at Pig Dogs. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium for tonight's action?
Well, tonight's card actually is one of the strongest cards I've seen all season long. So, lots of good plays. I think we've got 8 plays left, including our Big Sky Game of the Month and our Ohio Valley Conference Game of the Year. Those 2 plays you don't want to miss. If you're a big game hunter, you got to get down on each of those. I also have NBA and hockey action to round out the card. Overall, we're 118-73 or last 191. So the best idea, of course, is to pick up a weekly or monthly subscription and get all of our selections.
That's right. That's the best value over at Pig Dogs. You can see the numbers there. Document number 1 over at Pig Dogs for this year, approaching 3,200 units of profit. That's all documented. You go to Al's profile page right there at Pig Dogs Premium. You can see every play that he's made is fully transparent there. He's got a big card going tonight. You get those, pick up that one day, you get those wings, and make that upgrade to that long-term pass. Why not go with that 30 all-sports pass from Al McMordie over at Pig Dogs Premium? You'll get all of Al's plays. It would be NBA, college hoops, NHL for 30 days when you get that 30-day pass from Al McMordie. All right, Al, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that great success, and we'll talk with you next week.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Al McMordie here on the drive-through. All right, we'll continue on with our coverage. Just a reminder, guys, if you would subscribe to our channel, we have free picks every day here on the show. It all gets started at 10 a.m. Eastern time with the morning show. We've got Mitch, we got Razawacki, we got Chris and Brian Baylor, and of course today it's the drive-through at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, the UFC show, it's MMA on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. There's some spot shows as well, as there's cards around there. I know, Chris, there's a YouTube Premium service coming out as well.
Yeah, we just launched the first day today. We had a couple of hiccups, but you know what? It's to be expected on day 1. But that didn't mean that we didn't give out any more quality picks than we normally do. So, a lot of it has to do with just the support that we've been getting from the Pick Dogs family, Pick Dogs community. The thumbs up, Tony. I know you mentioned a lot. The thumbs up help us out. The subscribes help us out a lot. But like I said, we appreciate all the support, no matter how we get it.
That's right, guys. Those thumbs up, that thumbs up, that like button really helps us grow our audience, and we appreciate that from you guys here at Pig Dogs. All right, let's continue on here with the show. It's time to welcome Tony Brown. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Tony, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. It's going to be hard to follow Big Al McMordie, but I'm going to do my best.
Do your best, Tony Brown. Do your best. Well, Ann didn't do too bad. She was on Villanova, and that was a blowout win for her. So let's see if we can make it 2 for 2 following Al McMordie. All right, let's do it. You're going to be looking at NBA tonight, 8 Eastern time. NBA League Pass channel will have Detroit Pistons hosting the Indiana Pacers. Pacers on the road laying 3, a total 214.5.
Yeah, it's a weird game because both teams are struggling. So it's like when two teams are struggling, who do you pick? But at this point in the season, it's got to be obvious that you're going to take the Pacers to come out of their struggle before the Pistons. Pistons only have 6 wins. That puts them tied for worst in the league with Minnesota, and I think who else has 6 wins? But they have 18 losses, so that's only the Timberwolves have more. They're one of the worst teams in the league. At 6-18, they're losing at a 3-1 cliff, and they have old stars, Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin. Not old for like life age, but old for basketball age. And so I just expect Brogdon and Holiday and Baby Sabonis. You know what I mean? These are the new young stars. I expect them to break out of their slump before Detroit does. And I think they do it tonight and get a big road win out there in Detroit.
All right, looking here at Indiana Pacers laying 3 against the Detroit Pistons. All right, Chris, looking here at this matchup, we often talk about the Pacers really not getting no offense with that Oladipo trade because LeVert's hurt. TJ Warren's been sidelined, has 35 points. But again, you're facing a Detroit Pistons team that has had pretty much a down year, but it's had recent point spread success. But this is a really short number in this game.
This is a very short number. I mean, Tony and I butted heads last time he was on the show, and I got him on that one, but I think he might be getting me on this one. But we're going to see. We're going to have to see at the end of this one because I'm on the Pistons. I'm not waving from this morning. I just wanted to stick on it. The Pacers lost 4 straight coming into this one. And don't get me wrong, the Pistons are not going to be a team I back long term, but they did have a good road trip. They took Lakers to overtime, beat the Nets. Oh man, I kind of had PTSD from watching the Pacers against the Nets last night. So I'm sticking with the Pistons and the points.
All right, he's looking at Pistons points. All right, Tony Brown, we're going to give you the last word here. Sell us here on this Pacers side.
Again, like I said, man, it's only 50% chance on both sides, but at the end of the day, this is a long-term thing. We don't do this just per night. We're doing this for the NBA season. At 6-18, you're losing at a 3-1 cliff. You're not going to make much money betting on the Pistons and the Knicks. Also, losing to Brooklyn, it's not a shame. It's like losing to Floyd Mayweather. These dudes put up 190 points. They got 3 all-stars on the team. Losing to Brooklyn is different than losing to Detroit. They're on a 4-game slump, the Pacers. But the Pistons, they've lost 5 of the last 6. They only picked up their last win. So both teams are struggling. You got to go with the better struggling team than the worst struggling team. And I'm never going to take the worst team in the league ever.
All right, especially this low. It's Pacers laying 3 here against Detroit Pistons. All right, Tony Brown, let's go ahead and see what's happening tonight over at the Big Dogs Premium site. You are doing fantastic on the eye. You've had a really good history with the NHL for many seasons. No surprise here, 483 units of profit here this year.
Right. We're just going to state the obvious. A black handicapper that does hockey, that's just like way off. But since 2014, hockey's been my number one sport. I absolutely love the NHL. It's the best playoff action of all the sports. And if you pay attention, man, it's easy to call. I wouldn't say easy, but these trends and the stats that we follow to cap all the other games, they hold true more in the NHL than anything, and this is not my opinion. I've been top-rated an NHL capper since 2014, so we're just following the numbers and we're following the money, man. I love the NHL, but I love all the other sports. I've led the league and the leaderboard and been number 1 overall for quite some time, too, so jump on one of those passes where you can get my 30-day or my full VIP year, Don't just come every day and pick per play, per day. That's just guessing. If you're serious about making money, get the full VIP pass. It comes with every sport, playoffs, championships, everything included, one low price, and we can all cash all week, all year, all month.
That's right. Get on board here for all the money here with Tony Brown. Make money with Tony Brown. You can see the numbers here in NHL documented. Of course, his one-day pass. If you get those one-day passes, I suggest with those winnings, go ahead and make that upgrade to the long-term pass. You see what Tony has here: 3-day, 7, and a 3-day pass. All sports pass now available. Now, when you do that, you'll get all the plays that Tony releases. That would be NBA, that would be college hoops, the NHL, for the time period that you select right there on the site. All right, Tony, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk with you next week.
Right, man. I love being here, and I can't wait to be here again next week. I got some good stuff coming up for you. A lot of people be like, I don't play NHL, I don't do this, but you guys like money, right? Just follow the money.
That's right. Follow money with Tony Brown here at the drive-thru, and you'll find him over at Big Dogs Premium. All right, Tony, have yourself a great night, great weekend, and let's continue on here on the coverage. All right, big guy, it's your turn. You're up next here. We're going to the ice here. You're going to go to the ice, and we're going to be looking here at this Detroit Red Wings and Nashville Predators game. So let's go ahead and get the key up and get the graphic ready for you here as we continue on. Just a reminder, guys, keep those thumbs up coming. We greatly appreciate that. Of course, that helps us build the audience here on our drive-through show. We're here Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And by the way, if you happen to miss some of the show, we will recap every single pick at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, we got Chris Ruffolo ready to go here. We've got a hockey pick to bring up here for Chris. Let's see if we can find it up here. There we go. Let's take a look at it. Here we go. 8 Eastern time. Predators to host Red Wings. Nashville going to lay $1.70, total 5.5.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a carryover from the last segment, but you know what? You have two struggling teams going at it in this one. Ironically, another team from Detroit struggling. Imagine that. But Detroit has struggled dating back to the last couple of years now, and we've made a ton of money blindly fading the Red Wings. But we've also made a little bit of money picking them out in spots, and I think this is a spot where we can kind of pick out on the Red Wings a little bit. Nashville coming in, losers of 3 straight. They've lost 5 of their last 6. Now, granted, 4 of those losses came against Tampa Bay. Am I comparing Tampa Bay to Detroit? No. But Nashville is struggling right now. They're kind of just in the wrong mind, the wrong headspace right now. They've only scored 1 goal in each of their last 3 games. Now, you look at Detroit. This is a team that's lost 9 of their last 10. Coming into this one as one of the worst teams in the league. So they're probably going to be overlooked by a ton of people. They've only scored 1 goal in 2 of their last 3 games, 3 of their last 4. But this is also a Detroit team that, catches you when you least expect it. And then you look at some of the trends head-to-head. Sometimes the team's just got your number. I mean, you look at head-to-head with Nashville. Detroit, 10-2 in the last 12 meetings. 6-0 in the last 6 meetings in Nashville. The underdog, 7-2 in the last 9 meetings. And I want to quote Tony Brown when he was saying, a lot of the trends hold true in hockey. So, you look at these numbers are telling me, take a shot on the Red Wings. We're getting at least $1.50 up to $1.60, $1.70. I've seen it in some places. This is just a value spot. Again, we're not going to take the Red Wings every night that they play. It would be foolish to do so. But again, it's all about picking your spots. I think this is a spot where we pick out the Red Wings and we cash an upset tonight.
All right, Red Wings, let's play here from Chris Ruffolo. Detroit Red Wings plus 150 against the Nashville Predators. All right, Chris, let's take a look at the site for tonight over at Pig Dogs Premium. A good night, a lot of hoops and some hockey. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, well, we've got a couple one-off packages tonight. We got my Thursday 3-point play for college hoops. 3 plays that I'm absolutely in love with for tonight, as well as my Thursday night NHL hat trick. Guys, that package, I looked at it. It is loaded with value. If you guys want some big plays for tonight, whether it's hockey, whether it's college hoops, those are going to be your 2 best plays for tonight. Or hop on one of those longer-term packages. We've had all the guys mention it. 3 days, 7 days, 30 days, even the year. The year makes the package turn those plays into pennies per pick. That's going to be your best value. Still got my season passes up there for NHL, NBA, college basketball. The possibilities are endless, and I keep saying it. The possibilities for you guys to save money and make money at the same time are endless at Pig Dogs Premium. They're up there for you. Don't miss out on those.
Don't miss out there on Chris Ruffalo over at Pig Dogs Premium. The long-term pass is your best value there. He's got the 3, 7, and 30-day pass up there. If you want to try him up for one day, do that. But I always say take those winnings and make the upgrade to go long-term. All sports passes, every play that Chris Ruffalo releases over at Pig Dogs Premium for the length of time that you select. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through, and it's time to bring in Shane Mickle. He's going to be looking at the TV game on ESPN tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time as Kansas will face Iowa State. So let's go ahead and bring in Shane. Shane, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing great. Okay, let's go ahead and set it up. 7 Eastern time, Kansas to host Iowa State. Kansas laying 15 here, total 145.
Yeah, for the last 10 years or so, this would be a really good game in terms of hype. Iowa State was always sitting at the top of the Big 12. Kansas is always sitting at the top of the Big 12. Both teams are really down this year, though. I really do like Kansas, so laying the points in this game. Kansas has had their issues, but they're still winning games. Their last game, their offense finally showed some life. They put up 50 points in the second half against Oklahoma. I think they build on that with their offense in this game. Iowa State's offense has been terrible this year. I think everyone gets involved for Kansas, and they win this game by big. Take Kansas and the points, or laying the points.
Laying the points here. Shane saying here this will be a blowout here. Kansas Jayhawks laying the 15 against Iowa State. All right, Chris, your thoughts here on this matchup with Kansas and Iowa State? A lot of points to lay here.
Yeah, it is a lot of points. And I mean, look, the State hasn't been that bad. Lost by 7 to Oklahoma on the road, by 4 to West Virginia. The problem is this is still Iowa State going up against a Kansas team that's eager to shake off the tag of, well, it's a down year for the program. Let's write them off. I never really want to be the one to write off a Bill self-coached team in February, even if they're having their struggles. Allen Fieldhouse, granted, it's not the same without fans in the stands, but again, I think this is just a spot where Kansas can use it to get right, maybe win this one by at least 20, so I'm laying the points with Kansas, too.
All right, agreement there with the blowout here. Kansas Jayhawks laying the 15 against Iowa State Cyclones. All right, Shane, let's take a look here. What's going on over at Pig Dogs Premium? A lot of big night of action, lots of ice. 5-card NBA game, but a doubleheader, a TV doubleheader tonight on TNT. What you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I got a 5-pack tonight, all basketball plays, including a 10-star top NBA play that I really, really like. All that in a package, 5 plays, $34.95. Hop on
board with Shane Mickle over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's got that one-day pass tonight, and get on board with him. And of course, that all sports pass is your best value. Take those winnings and make that upgrade and get every play that Shane will release on the site. All right, Shane, as always, great to have you on the show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk with you next week.
All right, have a good night, you guys. Have a good weekend.
All right, everybody, Shane Mickle here on the Drive Thru. Guys, reminder, keep those thumbs up, those likes coming up. We greatly appreciate it, and to help us build our audience with those thumbs up and likes. And by the way, if you joined us a little late, we will recap every play at the end of the show. All right, let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. It's time to welcome to the show Damian Sosh. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's performed very well. You see him up top the leaderboards. Damian, how's it going?
Doing good, guys. Doing good.
All right, let's take a look at the game you're going to be giving out here on the show. It's NBA action here with the Celtics hosting the Toronto Raptors. Celtics laying 2.5, total sits here at 220.5, 7:30 Eastern time.
Yeah, we have two teams here hovering around a 500 mark. Toronto's a game under, Celtics a game over. I do think both of these teams are better than their records. Statistically speaking, teams they're almost identical in everything. I do give the edge to Boston defensively, though. Now, this is going to be Boston's first home game here after a 5-game road trip. They went just 2-3 in that road trip. They lost their last 2. Toronto's coming in pretty hot here, but this is going to be the last of a 6-game road trip here for the Raptors. So it's going to be the Raptors' 3rd game in 4 nights, 2nd game of a back-to-back. They played an up-and-down game last night against the Wizards. And the Celtics here, they're relatively healthy. Now, they're going to be without Marcus Smart. That will hurt, but the rest of the guys should be good to go. And the Toronto Raptors have had a really tough time covering Jason Tatum in his career. And there's no shame in that. Tatum's one heck of a player. Now, the last time these teams met, Tatum had 40 in a Celtics win. Last game out, Tatum was just 7 for 20 from the floor against Utah. I think we see him bounce back here a little bit, and I like the Celtics to cover this number at home.
All right, we got Damian Sosh here with the Boston Celtics to cover this one, laying the 2.5 against the Toronto Raptors. All right, Chris, I know Toronto's going to remain in Tampa the rest of the season. It just came out today. And, of course, one thing with Toronto is they have seen their shooting improve here of late.
They've had their shooting improve greatly, and they've stepped up their play after a rough start to the year. Granted, this is, we should call them the Tampa Raptors, I guess, going forward. But you know what? I'm gonna stick with what I had this morning. I like the Raptors better at 3.5 than 2.5, but I just think, you know what, they're playing really well right now. And like I said, I'm gonna sound like a broken record. I think not being in Toronto is going to serve this Toronto Raptors team well when they have to go on the road in spots like this going into Boston. Like I said, I'm going to stick to my guns with the Raptors, but I liked it at 3.5 and not so much at 2.5.
All right, looking here at Chris on the other side of this. All right, Damon, why don't you get the last word on this game?
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt the Raptors are playing well. They have that nice win streak going. But when you look at that win streak, they're kind of coming at the expense of some pretty lousy defensive teams like the likes of Brooklyn, Memphis, Washington. Boston can play a little bit better defense than those guys. They're coming in rested, and I think that's going to be the difference in this one.
All right, so I'm Damian Sosh here on the Celtics laying the 2.5 against the Toronto Raptors. All right, Damian, let's take a look here at these numbers. Very good. Over 500 units of profit. That is documented past 7 days over at Pig Dogs Premium. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs?
Yeah, things are going really good right now, guys. I really like the card tonight. I had a College Hoops 3-pack earlier. One of those games have already tipped off. I was able to package the other 2 games that I have in College Hoops with my top NBA play. I was able to package those into 3-pack, and I have a hockey play left on the board tonight. Really love the card tonight, guys. Do yourself a favor. Head on over to the website, pick yourself up a package, and we'll make some money together.
Let's make some money here with Damian Sosh. He's doing it for you. See the numbers here. 510 units of profit documented past 7 days. Go and check him out. His profile page. You'll see every play that he's released. It's fully transparent. Pick up that pass for tonight. Get a long-term pass. The long-term pass is the best value over at Pig Dogs Premium. That will include every play that Damian releases on the site for the length that you choose there over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Damian, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night, and we will talk with you next week.
Thanks a lot, guys. You too.
All right, Damian Sosh here on the drive-through. All right, we'll continue on with our coverage, guys. Keep those thumbs up and likes coming because we greatly appreciate it, as it definitely helps our audience build here on the drive-through. And a reminder, if you missed any of the picks on the show, we are going to recap every one of them at the end. All right, let's continue on here, and let's welcome to the show Mitch. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. He gets it all started in the morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time every single day. Mitch, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well. I agree with Damian. Notre Dame does suck.
All right. Yes. Absolutely. All right. Well, they helped. They came through for you. Did you have them plus the 7 against Duke?
No.
I
think I did. I think I did as a free.
As a free, yeah, because that came out of the chat. Yeah, you gave it on the show as a free one. Yeah. All right, Mitch, you're going to be looking here. All right. Duke just sucks worse, right? That's what it was.
It is. I just want to remind everyone, I posted a link to our YouTube, our live show premium for our morning show. I posted a link to it in the comments. So a lot of people saying, where can I find it? Where can I find it? It's right here. Now, it's not only is there a join button right next to where it says, down below where you hit the thumbs up and thumbs down and all that other stuff. There's also a link in the comments, and I'll go ahead and I'll post the link again right now in the comments. All you have to do is click on that link. It will take you there to sign up for the premium show. It's $30 a month, and for $50 you get our late update show, which comes on before the drive-thru at 5 p.m.
Awesome. All right, Mitch, the late update show. All right, Mitch, the game tonight, you're going to be looking here at the game 1 of the TNT doubleheader, 7:30 Eastern time, has Houston Rockets hosting Miami Heat. Heat road favorites, total 214.5.
Yeah, we got a lousy game here, between two teams that are kind of banged up and struggling. The Rockets, Exum and Wood both out, and the Heat have been just a walking, pretty much infirmary all season long. Just not a lot going on with this team, and they have not really picked up the pace with it either. I just think that I think the scoring is going to be tough in this one. I just don't think that both teams are they're challenged here, and I think that's going to be a little bit of the problem.
All right, look here at the under here, 214.5 between the Heat and Rockets on TNT. Chris.
I think this one could be a first to 100, 102. We saw the Rockets the other night come out and score 1 point in the first nine minutes of the fourth quarter of their game. That, of course, Wall was out that game. They sat Wall one game. They sat Oladipo the next game. I mean, why don't you just sit the guys both the same night if you can take your lumps and move on? But that's why I'm not an NBA coach. I'm just some guy with a website.
All right, Chris, you're looking here at this Heat side. Jimmy Butler comes back from COVID, loses about 12 pounds, and it's really hard. It's really hard to read. It hit Towns pretty hard. There isn't a whole lot of information. Some of these players are talking about it here, but we know some of these players coming back from COVID it takes a little time to get to 100%.
So that's the key for me for weight loss. Just get COVID, is what you're saying. No, no,
it's the camera ad. The camera adds 10 pounds.
Yeah.
So I'll throw the camera out the window. Then I'll make sure I make note of that too. No, but I think Mitch took the words right out of my mouth. I think this is going to be a first 100 game. I think this is going to be a game that's like right out of the 1990s, where it's 98, 94 or something like that, which is not something that we're used to seeing with the Houston Rockets. But you never know if Wall or Oladipo or both are going to sit. I think Goran Dragic is now questionable for this one. There's just a lot of pieces missing for this one. I like the under as well. I think this one barely hits 190 if we're lucky.
All right, liking the under here on this one. All right, Mitch, what you got going on tonight over at Pig Dogs Premium?
I've been cold as ice. I've been about as cold as it gets. This is probably the coldest streak I've gone on. I still have 4 games left today, so if you grabbed it, if not, I think, normally when I get cold, I normally turn it around and go on my really, really big heaters, and we're heading into March Madness where traditionally I've just torn the cover off the ball. So I can only hope that it turns around. I've really struggled with the COVID environments for the NBA and college basketball. I'm not going to lie. I had the same problems with baseball, but we saw it in football and we saw it in the NBA in the bubble. I was just fine, but I don't know. I've had trouble here. Because I'm a game watcher, and crowd and all of that stuff. It does play a big part in the games, and without that, to me, it takes part of my handicapping out of it, and I think it's definitely been something that's missing. We're watching this Purdue Minnesota game right now, and you can see that Minnesota, if they had the home crowd here, I have a feeling they'd be ahead by 7 to 10 points at this point. And speaking of 7 to 10 points, just got to congratulate Portland on the nice job they've done in the post Terry Porter era here. Just getting it started the way that the way Terry would have wanted it. 5 minutes left to go. It's 73-48, so they're only down by 25. Just putting forth that effort, and just surprised they didn't make Porter sit through the rest of the season with the rest of us.
All right, Mitch, some of the new developments over at Pig Dogs and Sports Chat.
Well, we started our live show, premium live show. This is something that I did not want to do, and I'm still on the fence about it. If we're going to try it for a month and see how it goes, and from there we'll either expand it or eliminate it. If it's eliminated, everyone that has a partial that has used part of their month or end of their month will get a full refund at that point. If we decide not to do it any longer, if we decide to do it longer, well, then like everything else, we're going to turn it into something a little bigger than what it is now with a bunch of different levels and options. It's not that I don't love doing video. You guys know I do live shows every day. I do tons of videos every day. I do this show once a week. I do halftime shows during NFL season. It's just there's only so much Mitch to go around. And, I don't want to spread myself too thin. I do like the idea of the live show that it's a low priced entry point for people that, for the $5 and $10 better, they have a place where they can get premium picks and they don't have to spend the big money on the premium picks. And if they win, they make some money, they want to get a bigger package, they want to get, be full scale premium, then, that option is there for them. So, people that just want to dip their toe in the water, it's a way for them to do it. And that's how my old premium always was, so it kind of goes back to that. But just, plus the formatting of doing it as a live show is difficult in its own right. So just things we're going to have to work through together, as a community. And we've always been able to work through things. And I think that this will just be something else. And, I don't know what more to say about it. I kind of try to cover it all, but Chris is with me on it, and he knows, I'm not a tech person. I've been online for 15 years, but that doesn't make me a tech person.
Yeah, it's going to be challenging. All right, Mitch, it was always great having your show. We'll continue to check out that show at 5 Eastern time, and I know there'll be a lot more shows coming up on the channel.
Absolutely. I'm in the studio right now doing videos. You guys know the secret is if I'm wearing the Pick Dog shirt, I'm in the studio already doing videos. So right. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you for all of your support. We appreciate it. That last month at Sports Chat Place, almost 3.5 million people came and read articles on our website, which is insane. Almost 11 million articles were read on Sports Chat Place just last month, and that doesn't even include Pick Dogs. And over 2 million people watched videos on YouTube. So it's overwhelming because Tony knows me when,
Yeah, exactly.
Tony knows me as me and him in some kind of poker tournament, watching the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
Back in the day.
Back in the early 2000s, back when I was doing one of the first streaming shows out there. Yeah, it's been some ride here, Mitch. It's been very, very, very gratifying.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. It's going to get crazier. All right, Mitch, have yourself a great evening. We'll check for those videos tonight. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys. You're killing it.
I appreciate it. Mitch here on the drive-thru. All right, guys, we'll continue our coverage. And after I give you my pick, we're going to recap all the plays on the show. And the game I'm going to look at here is tonight's game at 10 Eastern time. This one's on CBS Sports Network. Boise State Broncos, the host, UNLV, total 140. But the Broncos here favored by 9.5. And I'm going to be looking at the underdog UNLV Rebels at plus the 9.5. Both teams are in poor defensive form, but giving up nearly 49% shooting over their past 5 games. But the Rebels shooting just a little bit better. But I've had this issue here with Boise State. Now, I went against them against Nevada with success because if you look at the teams they've been beating, they piled up a great record, but really playing a lot of weak teams, especially from the Mountain West non-conference. And they lost, of course, both their games to Nevada. Just think a little too many points here. I'll take UNLV plus the 9.5. All right, Chris, I know you keep an eye on all the sports here. Your thoughts on this Boise State team?
Yeah, I won't lie to you. Boise's been a team that I've made a pretty penny on this season just because of, maybe like you said, it was like a scheduling spot. The thing for me in this one is that, UNLV, they have played the tougher opponents as of late, but they've also, the UNLV team that was covering left and right a couple weeks ago hasn't been covering lately. And, I think in this line of work, that's all I really care about. And, I just think that UNLV, I'm going to maybe have a little bit of an issue here against Boise State. Whatever way you go in this one, I think you got to go the opposite way tomorrow because it's just the way it's been in these back-to-back scenarios. So, but I'm on the other side in this one. I'm on Boise State.
Button heads here with Chris Ruffolo here. He likes the favorite. I like the dog here with UNLV plus the 9.5. Guys, check out Pig Dogs Premium. I got a 3-pack going tonight. I also have my long-term passes there on the side. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Now it's time to go ahead and check out the plays from tonight's show. All right, just me and Chris. We'll have Rod Zawacki. He was off today, but we'll get him when he's on the Thursdays. He'll be joining us here for this segment. We got to start here with Alex. And Alex was on the Magic Warriors under 223. Al McMordie, Stanford +1 against Colorado. Tony Brown, the Pacers, laying the 3 against the Pistons. Chris Ruffolo, Red Wings, not Red Winds, Red Wings +150 against Nashville Predators. Damian, Celtics, laying the 2.5 against the Raptors. Mitch, Heat, Rocket under 214.5. Yours truly on UNLV plus the 9.5 against Boise State. All right, we're going to go ahead and ask Chris, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Tony, maybe that's a good omen for tonight if I see the Red Winds at plus 150. But, I'm looking at this card. I actually thought I disagreed with more people than I did.
I know.
Yeah.
We're not going to go dark. Are we going dark? Are we going on the dark side here?
No.
Okay.
No, we're not going to the dark side. I do like it here. No, you know what? I'm going to go with Alex Smart. I like that Magic Warriors under 223. A Magic team that, struggles to shoot to begin with. That's missing 4 of their top 6 scorers. Yeah, I think that's an under all day.
Yeah, I'm with you here. I like Alex Smart here with the under 223 in that Magic Warriors game. All right, that's another edition here of the drive-thru, guys. Reminder, we're back at it again tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Full show as always here on the drive-thru. Don't forget to get started every day at 10 a.m. Eastern time with the morning show. Mitch, Chris, Brian Biller, and Rod Zawacki will get you started on Friday. All right, let's go ahead and welcome, bring in all the crew from today's show. Let's give everyone a good night. Good luck with your bets tonight, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow at